What's up? What's up? And what's up? How y'all doing on today? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. Make sure y'all can hear me well. Drop down in the chat and let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me all right. Hello, hello, and hello. Hey, Miss Dana. Dana, girl, how are you?
I think we got a problem.
Can you hear? I can hear you. Can you hear me, ma'am? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I can't hear anything.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Mic check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. You can hear me? Well, I don't hear nothing. Oh Lord, I hear nothing. My sound went out when I was trying to post my stream to my channel. So what did I do wrong? And then knocked all of the sound out.
I hear you perfectly fine.
Let's see. Say something, Sean.
Say something.
If you saying something, I can't hear nothing.
Hold on, let me come on camera. There I go. You can't hear me? I hear you.
I was in the middle of posting my comment thing up there when you went live, and then all the sound went out.
Huh.
Oh Lord.
Okay. All right, you guys. So we are having a little piece of technical difficulties, but it's all right. It's all good in the hood, so don't even worry about it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to help Dina really quickly. So what I want y'all to do is drop down in the comments first and let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Put yes, put no, put girl, what you doing? Tell me something. Let me know that you guys can hear me in the comments. And I am going to put us on a brief intermission so I can help Miss Dina in the background. But first, I need to know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me.
And I'm back.
Can you hear? Can you hear me?
I heard you say, "Can you hear me?" And then it went out again.
Are you turned
What happened
up?
that fast?
So John said he can hear me. Angela says that she can hear me. I can
As
hear
soon as I
you.
logged back on, when you let me in, it said, Can you hear me?" And I can hear you, and then it went silent.
That is super weird.
Okay, let me go. It's very weird. Let me.
All right. All right, you guys. So sorry about that. Y'all know the internet is so unpredictable, but we're going to work through it. We're going to get ourselves through this. So first thing I want y'all to do is, if you haven't done so already, be sure to go ahead and like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting on? Please stop what you're doing right now and go on over there and subscribe to my channel, which is Deep Conversation with Sean. And if you haven't subscribed to Miss Dina, what you waiting on? Go on over there to Miss Dina channel, and her channel name is Journey with Dina. So let me take a pause for the calls from the church announcements, and let me ask the question. Dina, can you hear me out there?
I can hear you. I had to learn some English, baby. I ain't gonna, baby. I learned how to pivot. Okay.
All right, praise God for pivoting. Okay, so back to the church announcements. Like I was saying, go ahead and follow us. If you have not liked this video, please stop what you're doing again and like the video. All right, it's easy. It is free 99. Okay, now, if you only subscribe to my channel and you not subscribed to Dina, stop what you're doing and go subscribe to Dina channel. If you're only subscribed to Dina channel and you ain't subscribed to mine, go on over yonder to my channel and subscribe to my channel. Like both of our videos, comment on both videos, share it out, do all the things. Okay, so we had a little moment, okay, but it's all right. They only come to make us strong. That's all it is. That's all it's going to do. And we're going to jump back on this horse like ain't nothing even happened. All right. So shout out to Dina. How you feeling, girl? How your day going? What's going on with you?
Listen, honey, I've been outside since 7 a.m. Outside, honey. So y'all know I try to help my mom out and do with the little senior citizens and stuff. But so I normally take them on Fridays, Seniors Day out. However, I was nice today and I picked them up and I took them to my church, right? So my church has this thing on Tuesday. It's called Golden Tuesday with the retirees and seniors that they all come up to the church from, I think it's from 11 to 1. They do their little exercises, then they go and we serve them lunch and child, they play bingo and they have a good time playing bingo and just fellowshipping, with one another, having a good time. So I took her and my cousins here from out of town. Child, I took them to the church, y'all. They didn't had a ball. They almost didn't want to leave. They trying to come back to next week. I'm like, no. You know how far I had to drive to pick them up? So then after we leave her, I already knew my mama. She was like, so what you got on your calendar for today? What you got on your schedule? Yeah, that means she want to go shopping. So we'd have been to Walmart, Ross, because y'all know Ross had a Seniors Day on Tuesdays. You get an extra 10% off. I'm going to give y'all that for the free. Every Tuesday at Ross, they have an additional 10% off for the seniors.
Senior? What's qualified?
So technically, they say 55 and older, but most Ross, they give it to whoever come in the store. And sometimes, they be want to be smart. Like one lady asked me, she's like, are you 55? I just looked at them. Yes, let me have that discount since you want to be funny. I'm going to take the discount. I'm going to give it to you. So, baby, we'd have been to Ross for the Seniors Day out there. We'd have been to Burlington shopping. I barely made it home in time, okay?
So we both was rushing because if y'all know, this is not using my background, baby. Let me tell y'all something. I am in the bed. I said low podcast is coming to the bedroom, okay, baby. When I came up here and sat down, I was like, I don't even know if I have the strength to walk downstairs to go in my office, and I did not. I said, y'all bring me everything I need because I cannot make it back down them steps. I ate dinner, I sat on my butt, and I said, Lord, baby, these steps ain't about to see me. These steps, I'm up here, that's it. Usually I'll be like, go back downstairs, sit down, do all that. Not today.
I wonder why you told them to bring your camera. I was like, bring the camera? What you talking about?
This is why I'm not going back down them steps. I ain't going. I can't do it. I ain't got it in me. Today has drained me. Today has, oh God, it's been a draining day. And if y'all watching the news, y'all know what it is, baby. These tears are wearing us out. But glory be to God. All is well, okay?
All is well.
All is well. But let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. We're 11 minutes in, and we're going to talk about how do you heal from past relationships. Now, if you notice, I did not put marriages or any relationship. Can be anything. Your friendship, a past relationship that you've had with an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. If you're a divorcee, a past marriage. How do you heal from past relationships? Now, this can be a very loaded question. Very loaded, because, and the reason why I'm saying that, most time we don't take the time out to heal, and we take our luggage and our baggage on over there to this next relationship, even if it's a friendship, even if it's a working relationship. We usually take our baggage over to the next relationship. So the question is for us, how do you heal from past relationships? Okay. So Dina, where you want to start with this? What you thinking?
Ooh, child. Let's see. I was thinking on my ride home when the question came through. Whoa, which way I'm gonna spin the block on this one? Because I can spin it on a couple of times. And I was actually talking to my friend about it on my ride home, and we were talking about how do you heal? Because some people feel like they have healed and they're ready to move on, but I want to know, what does that look like? Because I sometimes see some things. No, I don't think so. But everybody have their different things.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, most of the time, it's gonna take some time for me. Because I had one past relationship where after I realized that um okay, it is what they said, and it ain't finna be nothing more. So I'm like, okay, so I gotta break myself away, and I have to. I didn't say heal. I just needed to break away, right? So I noticed in the breakaway, I wasn't trying to do no healing. So I was mad. I was angry. I couldn't stand the sight of him. I didn't want to hear his voice. I didn't want to look at a color car that was his. Like it was just bad. It was so bad. And I can laugh now, but then I could not laugh because it was that serious. And I was very angry for years. But all of a sudden, one day, it's like the Lord just kind of shook me and said, now, how am I going to bless you and send you with somebody and you still holding on to things from this person?
Yep.
You haven't healed from this, so why should I send you something else? I was like. So I had to start processing it, and I still needed time. And I ain't gonna tell no story. I was very mean and ugly to him because it was just bad, y'all. It was bad. But and then the thing was, they wanted to still be friends. I couldn't do that right then. Yeah, I
So
think
what did your healing process look like once you finally was like, okay, I'm gonna have to let this go? What did the healing process look like?
it took time. It took time away for me to say, okay, look, these are the things that you thought probably was going to happen and did it. So it's time for you to accept what it is. Once
Okay.
you can accept what it is, then you deal with it accordingly to whatever that situation was. And like I said, those can differ depending on the people, because you can take another person and your healing process, it'll take number 30 minutes and you on and gone. Like, I think it's like the severity of the relationship, right?
Okay.
And but time was the biggest one. Time apart, time for me to figure out what went wrong. I ain't gonna say what I did wrong, because in that point in my life, I wouldn't worry about what I did wrong, because it is what it is, and I wasn't there yet. But it took
Mhm.
time apart for me to realize that you're mad at something that is gone.
Yeah.
So it's time to start healing and to become better for something else. So that took me working on myself. And not so much is focusing on the other person, because what we know, we can't change nobody.
Correct.
The only person that can change somebody is God.
That's it.
And it is what it is. So I've learned, why get mad over stuff that you can't control. So
Mm-hmm.
I started to control what I could, which was me and how I dealt with that person and the situation. And I told him that I need time apart. I can't be friends. We can't not be friends right now. But it took years later, and now I'm able to be their friend and talk to them and call and encourage them and give them guidance. And it's crazy because we just had a talk this week, and I told him all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was funny, but I was dead serious.
So let me, before we jump into why it's important and start breaking it down, let me bring it in from this point on why healing is important. And for those who don't know, especially for us who consider ourselves to be Christians and blood bought believers, God can't send you you can hinder your blessings by not forgiving people. And we're going to have to take the time to start forgiving. And once we take the time to start forgiving, that's when your healing process can start. And once your healing process start, and like friend said, she didn't want to look at what she did wrong. She didn't care. You the problem, you in the wrong, you this, you that. She did not care. But then once you start forgiving do start softening your heart. And once you start forgiving, you can start the healing process, and it can break down and it will look different for everybody, right? It can take, like she said, somebody may be like, you know what, it took me 30 days. And you're gonna be like, baby, it took me 3 years. Okay. Okay, leave me alone. Let me work through the process. But on top of that, when we're healing, and why is it important? Because we can't not hold somebody else transgression and put it off on someone else, because what person A did has nothing to do with person B, and we
Right.
can't move it over in there. So for me, I think it is so important to let go, forgive. If they hurt us, we're gonna have to forgive. And I think that's the first step to healing, is forgiving. What do you think the first step to healing is?
I think the first step is, I ain't gonna say forgiving because everybody ain't. It should be the first step, but I think that comes with maturity. So
Mm-hmm.
I think some people may be like and try to actually dissect what it is, like to actually sit down and break it down. Okay, this is what it is. This is what happened. This is why I'm mad about this, and this. It's kind of like building a chart. So you can, you know how they tell you to write down stuff so you can get it out. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like writing it down or getting it out to see what actually the problem was, then you can kind of begin to take on different aspects of how do I get to that point to forgive. Because right now, I ain't thinking about forgiving. I'm trying to figure out what happened. So for
Mm-hmm.
me to know what happened, I need to sit down, get it out, then we can go to the next step. Forgiveness might be a little down the road because that comes, like I said, with maturity. Everybody may not think that way, or not, maybe not taught that way, because I'm still learning the, I ain't gonna just say forgiveness because we know we got to forgive people, because who are we
Mm-hmm.
not to forgive, and God forgives us every day. But
Correct.
to actually say it and mean it is a whole
Mm-hmm.
different thing, because you can say you forgive somebody, but sometimes we don't mean it. We just saying it because we know we
Correct.
supposed to say it. But to actually say it and mean it, because I don't want your sorry if you don't mean it.
Right.
So
So in the forgiving aspect of it, I've been learning and listening. We bring her up a lot, which is, Tiffany Montgomery. And she talks about forgiveness too. And she was like, say it every day until it start working. And
mhm.
because it is a thing, I may not forgive you today. That's a honest feeling. But because I know that my salvation is on the line, my blessing is on the line, you can name all the other things. I'm gonna have to keep saying it. I forgive Dina, I forgive Dina, I forgive her, I forgive her, and I was listening to somebody's podcast. I can't remember. And it was last week. And one of the things they said was, Lord, heal my heart so I can be obedient. And I wrote
Mhm.
that down, and I was like, I'm going to say this to myself 10 times a day. Lord,
Mhm.
heal my heart so I can be obedient. Lord, heal my heart so I can be obedient. And sometimes we take for granted the how much we hold in our heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we don't have to make everything about a male and female relationship or
Right.
dating situation. Even in friendships, we get hurt in friendships.
Right.
We lose friends, and we're gonna have the conversation. Okay, Lord, hear my heart so I can be obedient. I forgive Mary. I forgive Mary. And start saying it until he start moving and working on you. Because once you don't heal from whatever relationship, you're going to view everybody like Mary. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to view everybody like Marcus. You're just gonna wait for the other shoe to drop. Marcus did this, or boom, you like Marcus. I knew it. He gonna be like, dang, I just sneezed. My bad. I ain't know that. That was gonna bring up some trauma. I only sneezed. And the
Right.
same thing when you come into another female relationship, it'll be the same thing. You're looking at them to be what was in their past thing, but and that don't mean that you don't have discerning. Now, I'm not saying that because discernment is still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, we can't always keep looking for the bad in somebody else because when we do that, that means we haven't taken the time to heal.
Right. And also to piggyback off your I forgive Mary, I forgive Mary. So here's something to add to that. So this lady once told me when I had a situation happen, she said, every time that you think about something that person did to you, say, I forgive whatever their name is, I forgive Sean for not being there for me. I
Mm,
forgive Sean for
that's
not
good.
taking accountability of what she did.
Mm,
So you have these things that like goes deeper into whatever it is that I need to forgive you for. And I did that and it helped. And it was like, it didn't take that long. It took maybe a day or two. And I felt like it was kind of asked for talking to that person, but that person wasn't there. And so it was just like I was able to get out what it was and just let it out. And it just felt like it came from right the inside. It went out, even though I didn't talk and tell that person, but it made me feel better, like I was able to tell that person and just let it go.
mm-hmm.
So that worked for me. So
Okay.
y'all can use that.
So I highlighted this, but I didn't read it. So John said, forgiving also include forgiving yourself as well. And I think this is a great piece of advice because we hold on to so much to ourselves that we are so hard on ourselves. We hold on to whatever, or we look at it and the devil try to make you feel like it's your fault, you the problem, you did this, you can't do nothing right. And he get to talking all loud and wrong. And even if we did make a mistake, let's just say we own up, we grown folks over here, we have a conversation and we did make a mistake. At some point, we're gonna have to let it go. And we're
Right.
gonna have to forgive ourselves. We're gonna have to. So I really appreciate the fact that John put that because we do need to start forgiving ourselves.
Right. Because
Sorry.
we hard on ourselves than anybody.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
We are
you ain't got to do nothing. You already know. I feel bad myself. Well, why you feel
right.
bad? I feel bad, but what I do,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
really bad.
You gotta start forgiving yourself. Let it go. Move on. God already forgave you. What you beating yourself up for? Especially if you already repented. What you beating yourself up for? Move on. You gotta move on. Okay, so I guess we can break this thing down bit by bit. Let's start with friendship. I haven't really had so it's a yes and a no, but I won't give too much of a detail. But in friendships, I think we grieve, and let me know because I've said this before, and I'm still stand beside this. But let me know if you think this. I think that females grieve their female friendships more than they do a relationship.
Mm, probably so. because it's like a different code of with a friend, with a girlfriend relationship. Because you expect that girlfriend, like we supposed to be ride or die. Like I supposed to be able to come to you, talk to you, tell you this, and you sitting there feeling some type of way about me,
Yeah.
and we can't have that conversation. Now you know we now the dude. I feel like he ain't gonna give that much loyalty as the female is gonna do it.
Mhm.
So that's a different, like you said, that's the difference. But I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I stand 10 toes down in that. But in healing from a relationship, I have had a friendship that just kind of took a downward, not because anybody got into it with each other, not because you try to steal my man, I try to steal your man. You stepped on my toe and did say I'm sorry. Like it was nothing of that. It really was okay. These folks, went on and they said nothing, just whatever. And in that, I never held on to it and was like, oh, now everybody, oh, so now you finna leave because I've never looked at it like that. But I have had a conversation of what do that look like if somebody that you considered a friend just almost seemed like they fell off the face of the earth, right? But somehow, some way, they want to come back if it happens, right? What do that look like? Are you healed enough to let this person back in, or do you say, you know what, I saw how you treated me last time, you can do this again? I'm straight on that.
Ooh. So I kind of think like it depends on what happened.
Nothing
Like,
happened, nothing of a
okay,
demise, nothing of a
so this is my thing. Could you let them come back and genuinely welcome them with open arms and let whatever happened in the past? Now, if you can't, and you're gonna still be kind of standoffish or kind of resentful, or you still feeling some type of way, then I don't think that you should. So
yeah.
for me, I think I would just have a conversation with them
Mm-hmm.
and get it out on the table. Well, look, I felt this type of way when you did this, and give them the opportunity to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm learning that people have a whole lot of stuff going on
Mm-hmm.
outside of, what I'm saying, your friendships. A lot of stuff that you're not privy to because, people don't like to tell their business.
Correct.
So they just like to revert back, going on about their business. You might send them a text, they might not respond. And I just started learning to take it for what it is,
Yep.
not to because, we can let our mind paint us a picture.
Sure can.
So she ignored my phone calls. I know she seen me calling her and this, that, and the other. But my phone even work while I'm in the living room. So you could have been calling me 4 times. I still ain't gonna know. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it should have a conversation. And then I feel like once you have that conversation and you get discernment and some clarity on some things, then you will know which way you want to move. And they can't do nothing but respect it. They
So
now respect it.
now let's take that same scenario and make it a romantic relationship. You and the man did not fall out. He didn't do nothing. He ghosted you, and he comes back and say, "Hey, Dina, I want us to try this again. What are your thoughts?"
Whoo, child.
Same situation. So the first time we talked about a platonic
Right.
friendship. Now we're on, you had a romantic relationship with this man. If you're a woman and if you're a man with a woman, you know, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think the same rules should apply.
Okay.
We're going to apply the same pressure as if me and Sean was talking and me and Leroy over here talking. We're going to apply the same pressure. Yeah, Leroy.
Oh, you want to be a sugar baby. She want a Leroy. All the names. This woman says Leroy. Mm-mm.
Leroy about ready for retirement and pension now.
Come on, sugar baby. Come on.
Yeah, I've been talking sweet tea.
Oh, ooh, ooh. Don't talk to her. Leave her where she at. No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I think the same rules should apply. And I mean, I feel like it's just up to you how you handle it. I
Yeah,
think, especially if you're grown and okay, let's sit down and have a conversation. Now, this ain't happened, but what we doing?
yeah, yeah.
That's all I got for you.
Okay. So I reason why I came with the same scenario because more times than none, when it's a man, we're a little bit harder on men. We'll talk to our friends and whatever, but when it's with a man, we be like, mm-mm. He did this and I ain't studying him and woo 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 woo. We do all the a net in here. We do all the things, right? And so that's why I said that. But
Right. But
explanation for the same scenario, just different relationship.
right, but I think too we add all that extra woo 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 all because we ran and we done told our friends about what happened, right? So now
Mhm.
you don't want to look crazy
Going
because
back.
you done said all this stuff, but now you finna double back. But at the
Mhm.
same time, you was talking to friends who ain't got nobody either. So who's to say that they advice was good anyway? Be careful of the company you keep, okay? I'm just
Their
saying.
part. Their part. Their part. So I guess all in all, with this, excuse me, and the healing from a relationship, I think we both can agree from past relationships, excuse me. I think we both can agree that it is important, right?
Hmm.
And we need to do it, no matter what the ship is, we definitely need to heal from the relationship. And I think we can also agree upon that in a, healing from this, we don't want to pick up baggage and bring it into a new situation.
Right.
I was listening to this a old sermon, old sermon with TD Jakes before he got swallowed. Okay. So he was saying that every relationship have baggage. It's up to you to pick up the ones that you want to take with you. And when he said that, I was like, wow, that is, really good advice because sometimes we get into new friendships, new relationships, romantic relationships, and these people have all of these things going on. And we come off trying to be Captain Save a Hole a lot of times.
Hmm.
And when you're not even built, God didn't even give you that assignment. Sometimes God give people assignments to go and help push through, the work of the Lord, the grace He's put on your life to help you move through. But 9 times out of 10, we just be picking up people baggage as if we're equipped to handle their baggage plus our baggage and somebody else's baggage. We don't have that.
Mm-mm.
So in that, heal first because we can't help nobody else if you not even at a point.
Right, right. So let me ask you this. So with the healing process, do you think there is a healing time that you should put on it, or do you think it takes? Well, I said that sometimes it takes less time than other time, but do you still think that, oh, okay, I'm good. I ain't thinking about this person no more. We good. I'm ready to move on. I done healed. Bam, let's go.
Actually, I don't think it takes time. I think it takes God. And that's where I'm going to be with it. I think it's us that's making it seem like, oh, it's been 5 years. Oh, I'm ready to get in a relationship now. You was probably ready 3 years ago. Why are you, pushed it out to be a 5-year thing or you gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna give myself 30 days, and and I'm be ready to get back out there." And God said, "Well, actually, I need you to have 90 days." So I don't think we should focus on time. I think we
Mhm,
should focus on the process. And I don't think,
mhm,
again, I'm gonna go with. I don't think it takes time. I think it takes God. And if we really stop and do the work, I think it'll come when it's supposed to. without rushing it, without even dragging it, as being slow
Forcing it.
about the situation, huh?
I said forcing it.
Or forcing it, right? So I think it needs to be a thing of, don't let it be time, let it be God. That'll be my
Girl,
answer.
write that down. That was a good one right there.
You so because we can catch our own self up. We can get in our own head. How many times have we talked ourselves out of stuff? Because we
A
ain't
lot.
ready. And the timing ain't right. The timing ain't right. And you know, you don't
And
take God.
baby, it don't take God long at all, okay?
Right.
But
Even if it do hit the year mark, even if we done tipped over into the year or years, let's add an S on it, he's pruning us. He's preparing us.
we here.
He's preparing us. He's pruning us. So even in that, it's hard for us to hear that in the physical. But in
Mm-hmm.
the spiritual, time, our time, and God time, two totally different things. We haven't, in our mind, Lord, this has been 3 years. In Jesus' mind, in God's mind, in God's mind, he said, girl, it's been 3 hours.
Right.
What are you talking about? And you
Right.
say, no, Lord, it's been 3 years. Like, what are we doing? And he said, no, but it's only been 3 hours. That's it.
And you ain't got to where I need you to be.
And you ain't where I need you to be. And there's that. And a lot
So,
of times, and you know what, let me, every time I say, let me be transparent, let me tell on myself, okay? Because it's easy to come up here and bark at people, right? And then you not, taking that advice or listening or whatever the case may be. So for me, y'all, Sunday, I was just down. I mean, when I tell you I'm fighting with myself to keep the tears in my eyes because I just could not get myself together. And it was because I'm like, Lord, I've been doing this. Nothing is working. I don't know what else to do. I feel like I've exhausted every thought, every plan, everything, right? And it hit because I was working on something Saturday. I couldn't figure it out Saturday. I said, well, I'll try it Sunday, give myself a little more time, fresh brain, go to sleep, wake up, whatever. And I feel like I hit another brick wall. And I'm like, and now at this point, baby, I'm all in my feelings. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like the tears is just rolling, okay? And I wasn't gonna go to church because I couldn't get myself together. I don't ask me how I'm doing. The tears are falling. Don't look at me. The tears are falling. So I wasn't gonna go to church. So I ended up going to church anyway. And I'm sitting in the church, and the Holy Ghost told me, he was like, worship is your warfare. Worship. Start worshiping me. That's
mm-hmm.
gonna be your warfare. That's what's gonna get you through it. And at first I'm sitting there and I'm like, I ain't got it. I can't clap my hands if I wanted to. I couldn't hum, I couldn't sing, I could nothing. I'm like, how for the worship? Because I ain't got it in me. And I ended up trying to sing and everything. And fast forward, get to the point. The Lord ended up revealing to me, pretty much saying that you're not doing everything I told you to do. You're
Mm-hmm.
skipping over stuff because you're so ready to get to the end that you ain't doing what you need to do in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, he heard us the first time we prayed. He heard us. He already wrote it down. He unsealed it, signed, sealed, and he ready to deliver it. But we want to skip out on the process. And I could not listen and do the process. And even now, I'm still feeling like, Lord, I don't know where to go. You telling me this, but you got to tell me some more because I don't know where. I still don't know. And know what was my point of saying that. Oh, what did I say at first for me to go there? What? I don't even know where that even came from. However, oh, the time it takes time. It will take God. It takes. Oh, I guess that's where we start
Yeah.
from.
We were talking about how everything happens in his time. My
Time,
mother bought me
right?
this clock because I'd be like, you when now, when?
Yeah. And that was my little moment, because yes, we were talking about take years and all of that. And I am on my year with the S, okay? I'm years into it. And that's where it was. Okay, it don't take time, it take God. But God is telling us, you're gonna have to trust the process. And you're gonna have to go through. You're gonna have to. You trying to get to the end. And you ain't even did the middle. You did the beginning, but
Beginning is always easy. It's always easy to begin and do the start, and
yeah.
it's easy to see the end because he will show us the end. But baby,
Mhm.
that middle,
That middle hard.
he don't show us the middle because he knows this one right here. God, get somebody else to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do that.
The middle is hard. It's hard. And then it got so hard. So I'm like, I don't even know what step to take. Because I thought I was doing it. I don't know, child. I don't know. But he said, girl, you ain't. You ain't. You ain't. I said, all right.
Baby, listen, you just gonna have to be like, now, Lord, you want to show me which way to go? Or you just, like
Uh-huh.
I tell you, you just got to get them moving. Like I tell my friends all the time, like that GPS, long as you standing still, he can't give you no direction.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start moving, but not right there. Not over there. Yep, keep
Yeah.
going, keep going, keep going. You gonna get it. Keep going. Be like, what? It don't even make sense. But I have learned that everything. I pass by this church every Tuesday morning, and on the outside of they little I can't remember what you call it, light up in front of the church, like that little marquee. It has that God has a season planned for everything. Everything has a season to it. So I'm learning that though sometimes it seems like a lot of stuff may take a long time, or then sometimes stuff happen like so fast, but it's still in the same time that God already had it set in a line to happen. It didn't happen no faster. It didn't happen no slower because God already had the time set for it
Mm-hmm.
for you to get there at this appointed time.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, you be like, I've been right here in the middle for 50 years.
Yes.
She was like, well, really, I got you there for 60. So come on,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the ride. Trust
Yeah.
God in the process, okay?
In the
Not
process.
just trust the process, trust God in the process, because baby,
Yeah.
the process be processing, okay?
It's processing. It is. But to the worship part in your warfare, that was what kind of got me out my funk. I ain't gonna say kinda. It is.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel stuck. I'm still feeling high, like I don't know which way to go. But it did pull me, and I'm gradually coming out of it,
Right, right,
of my funk,
right.
But
So I, my suggestion, I know that you said the worship music. So for me, like I know you got people in the house with you, but I know you got your earpods and stuff like that. I wake up, put on my worship music and blast it through my house.
mm-hmm.
Like some songs will come on, you be like, because I remember many times I be sitting in my office, but I just started crying. I be like, Lord, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what's going to happen. I don't know how this works. And I just then cry and cry. But at the end, when I get through crying and saying, Lord, I'm scared, I said, but I trust you. So that
Mm-hmm.
means like whatever way it's going to come,
Yeah.
just hold on tight.
Woo, that ride is a bumpy one.
But you need 2, 3 seat belts.
It's a
But
it's a bumpy one. And
but
to kind of tie it back into it, because baby, we definitely got our way out. But to tie it back into our topic, I think healing is a bumpy process.
oh yeah.
Because when you're healing, you're gonna have to, it's gonna reveal some things about you. Because after a while, that mirror you'll put that mirror on somebody else, and that's gonna be time to put that mirror on you. And the Bible already tells us now, how can you sit up here, and I'm paraphrasing, sit up here concerned about log at somebody else out, baby, you got a whole plank, you know. So that healing process is gonna be a bumpy one too. It's gonna come with some bumps. You may get bruised too and be like,
Uh-huh.
oh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
oh, so I was the problem in that situation. Oh, okay,
I thought I was doing good. I thought I was doing
right.
good.
Oh,
No, ma'am, you did not. Let me show you this. Where
yep,
what now? What if the Lord can actually just sit here and give us a replay and let you go back and
and
see
see,
yourself and see how it happened? You be like, ooh,
I did
ooh, I don't want to see no more.
I did that. I said that. I reacted like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We be out here thinking we doing the right thing, and God be like, hold on, come here. Let me talk to you real quick. Come sit down.
You know what? You failed that test. Let's run it back. Let's do it
Run
again.
it back. You got to
But,
do it again.
but sometimes it's crazy because you know after it happened, and that something happened real quick, and you be like, I failed that test. It's coming back.
Uh-huh. Zero. I messed up. Hot dog. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. But that was our conversation for today. How do you heal from past relationships? And if you're in a relationship or ending a relationship, excuse me, sorry about that, child. You know, it's okay to take the work, take the time to do the work, trust the process, and go through everything. And let me say this too. It don't take time, it takes God. And let me say this because I want to give everybody their props. Tiffany Montgomery is one of the things that she says all the time. It don't take time, it take God. So I want to give her props because she says that all the time. And I use that in my daily walk and talk as well. Because we do have to remind ourselves that it really do take God. We can do as
Mhm.
much as we can, but it's only so much we can do. It's only so much we can do. And a lot of times we think we waiting on God, but God be really waiting on us. He was like, I was already ready. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. So, all right, Miss Dina, last words. What you got? How you want to take us out?
Oh, child. Be healed, be delivered, be set free. That's all I got for.
All of the above. All right, you guys. So y'all know what it is. Y'all know what to do. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it out, drop in the comments, do all the things. Okay. Be sure to check us out next week. We will be back again to have another conversation for us to unload, be transparent, and let it all out. And it is okay to hit that reset button. Sometimes we have to start over. Sometimes we got to start from scratch. But even if we do, let's take the time and do it the right way. And let's include God in the process. All right, you guys, that's all I got. I don't have any more. I'll see you guys. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.